Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full come Independence Day.
Hi, you've tuned into the Administrators Table. I'm Steve Contente, Bristol Town Administrator. Today is August 27th, 2024. We have a couple of great guests on with us today. We're real glad you joined us. Mr. Ray Houle, the President of the Tenants Association, Residents Association at the Rhode Island Veterans Home. Ray, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right. And also with us is Fire Chief Mike DeMello from the Bristol Fire Department. Chief, welcome back.
Oh, thanks for having me back.
Well, we're here on a nice summer afternoon, and I'm sure we got plenty of things to talk about. Mr. Houle, you've been a very interesting gentleman to communicate and speak with in the past at the events at the Veterans Home. How long have you lived there?
Well, I've lived there 2 years this month, as a matter of fact, and I've been very involved. I like it there, and I certainly like Bristol.
Well, you certainly look happy when I see you there. And, so, interesting thing about you, Mr. Houle, you have a history in government service.
Yeah, I started, I was a member of the City Council in Pawtucket for 24 years. I was president of the City Council when our mayor got arrested. And being president of the City Council, I became mayor of Pawtucket. And being mayor of Pawtucket, I worked with the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office to clean up the corruption in the city. And I was mayor for about a year, but it was a very interesting year. I think that's the right adjective. Well,
it's good that you're able to step in and help out.
Yes.
Nice city. Pawtucket's nice, and it certainly was back then. You had the Paw Sox was a real busy stadium, wasn't it? In Hasbro.
It certainly was, and you know, I guess the times change and progress changes. Now they're tearing down McCoy Stadium, and they just sold all the seats and everything else in the stadium for memento's sake, and things are progressing. Mayor Grubbian is doing a good job.
Oh, he's a good man. Yeah.
He came to me when he was in high school and asked me to teach him about politics. So he's kind of a protege. So I kind of feel vindicated when I see him. And I also get a free lunch out of him now and then. So it makes it worthwhile.
Well, I'm sure he enjoys that. Well, the nice thing about Pawtucket is they're building that soccer stadium, right?
Yeah, it's well underway. It's supposed to be open for the next season. Right now, the Rhode Island Football Club is playing at Bryant, but they'll be home in Pawtucket for the next season.
Yeah.
So.
You're still rooting for your hometown, aren't you?
But
this show is about the town of Bristol.
Well, I understand that, and if it's about the town of Bristol, let me tell you all the nice things that Bristol does for us at the Veterans Home.
Well, first of all, before you do that, I want to tell you how proud we are to have the Veterans Home in Bristol.
Well, you know, everywhere I go and they say, where do you live? And I say at the Veterans Home, and nobody calls it the Rhode Island Veterans Home. Everybody calls it the Bristol Home.
Oh, good.
So it's all well known for the Bristol Home. Being president of the Residents Council there, I have to tell you, we get outstanding cooperation from the town of Bristol. And I see the fire chief here, and he certainly helps us with a number of things there. I'm also on the car show committee that we have there, and the fire department helps us greatly on the car show committee. We use your cranes to hold our flag up at the opening, and I'm the secretary of that committee, so I work very closely with the town. Your office, Mr. Administrator, is very very helpful to us. So we work very well with the town. So
Well, we know, I know the state does a good job, and as far as I know, the care there is excellent, right?
yes, care is fantastic, and if anybody has a complaint, I'd like to know how minuscule it can be.
Yeah,
so
good. So you're still in public service.
I still try. I still try. I like to keep the wheels in the mind going.
I know you
so.
worked with our DPW director recently with recycling,
Yeah, we
right?
worked on and he's been very helpful as well. And we worked on a recycling program for our plastics. We generate an awful lot of plastics, and he was very helpful. We coordinated that through your office, as a matter of fact. And he's been very helpful with us, and he's worked very well with us. So we have a great deal of cooperation with the town of Bristol.
I'm glad, and your director does a nice job, Paul Murgo.
Paul Murgo is a super guy, very dedicated guy, very dedicated, and we're kind of like his adopted family, I guess. So it works out very nicely.
Well, when I called for you, I'll be honest, I didn't go through the veterans home. We called you directly, right? So I never checked.
I have a direct line.
There was no question, and you were ready to bring here, and I'm glad you were able to join us today.
Well,
I'm going to have to buy you lunch like Mayor Grebian.
Okay. I'm proud of our home, and I'm proud of being a Bristolian now.
Oh,
so very proud of that.
Did you go to the parade?
I certainly did, and I think Carl Antonovich in the Bristol VFW was our host. We got front row seats, and we had the most outstanding cheerleader who, and I don't know her name, but she was just terrific. She has a big sign that says, "Play for the veterans," and every band that comes by, she stands in the middle of Hope Street and waves it to every band. And let me tell you, she's the most effective cheerleader, and she waits for us every year, and every year she's right there, and we have a nice police escort with the town of Bristol Police Department. We get front row seats, and I look forward to it every year. And I'm glad this year you had the mummers, because we had them in Pawtucket for our bicentennial parade, and I led the division with the mummers going through the streets of Pawtucket, so it was like homecoming, seeing them here in Bristol. So keep bringing them back.
Good.
Okay.
Well, it looks like you might be marching with the Hummers again for the 250th anniversary, right?
That's right.
Yeah, good. Chief, nice seeing you.
Same here.
Yeah. How are things at the fire department?
Well, everything's good at the fire department. Before I go too far into department stuff, I just wanted to thank Mr. Houle for reminding me the Veterans Car Show's coming up this month, right?
It's coming up September 21st.
And that's open to the public, right?
It certainly is. It certainly is. And there's from 10 to 2. The rain date is the 22nd. And we will welcome anybody to our beautiful establishment on Medicom Ave, right next to your beautiful establishment, as a matter of fact.
So we'll certainly be there on the 21st of
Okay.
September with the ladder truck displaying the flag, and
Okay.
we certainly open it up to our residents to visit and support the veterans as well.
Okay, we're hoping Mount Hope being will be there to open our ceremonies, and we're looking forward to that.
Excellent. But getting back to the fire department, all is well. We continue to be a volunteer department. So for those that are looking to give back to the community, interested in volunteering, can certainly stop by the stations, any of the stations, the first Wednesday of every month. And any day of the week, you can stop by the main office on Medicom Avenue if you have questions, if you think it's something you might be interested in, and we can give you that information.
So the first Wednesday of the month at about 8 p.m. are your meetings, right?
Yeah, I say by 7 o'clock at night, everybody starts gathering before the meeting, so it's a good time to stop stop by, get some information, meet a few people, and see if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, great. It's a great opportunity. You learn a lot. Actually, you'll send new volunteer firefighters to the Rhode Island Fire Academy, right?
Correct. We have a great partnership with the Rhode Island Fire Academy. We do a lot of our courses in-house. So we'll do that. You don't have to leave town. There's about 6 classes that you go down to the Fire Academy and do the training, and that's mostly the practical evolutions that you go down there for.
So will that prepare a young person that's interested in a career in firefighting? Will that prepare them for
Absolutely.
certainly look good on their resume, right?
Sure. So it's the same course and same training that any career firefighter would get. We in Rhode Island, we all go through the same training, whether you're volunteer or career, so it doesn't matter. So certainly, kids coming out of high school, if they're interested in that, it's a great stepping stone. You get that that training, and you're able to go into that career if you'd like to.
Right, excellent career. You also offer a junior firefighter program, right, for high school students?
Sure. Children between the ages of 15 and 18, they join in our junior program, and it's more of a mentorship. So again, we focus on their coursework, want to make sure they do good in school first, but then we bring them in and kind of introduce them into the fire department operations under the guidance of some senior personnel.
Yeah, what a nice program. It's so important,
well.
and there's a lot of valuable skills you can learn. And again, it helps a young person build a resume, and firefighting is such an essential function, and we certainly pay firefighters for when that bell goes off, right?
Yeah, I mean it goes off a lot. We're approaching by the end of the week, we'll be about 3,000 emergency responses for the year so far. So we're a very active department, both in emergency response, administratively, and certainly fraternally. We have it's a second family, so there's always an outing, an event, a birthday, a wedding, or something like that. That's somebody in the department's having.
Well, I joined like you, Chief. I was in high school when I joined. As soon as I turned 18, and I had some real good experiences. We used to travel to Emmitsburg, the National Fire Academy. It opened up some opportunities. Fire Academy every year. I was on the winning water battle team one year, which was fun. And back then we challenged the firefighter exam, firefighter 2 exam. So I just share that because certainly helped me out, I think, with public service. And so anyone out there that's interested in joining the Bristol Fire Department, first Wednesday of the month, any fire station, about 7 p.m. or so, and just whoever you run into there, just say, hey, I'm interested in helping out. Now, the rescue squad, that's a separate division, right? Yeah,
we keep it as a separate division. There's some different training that happens with that. Same thing, comprised of volunteer personnel all the way from entry level to paramedic. And again, it's a very similar process as you would go through the firefighting. Opens a lot of career doors, great life experience. Even if it's something that people join and can only do for a few years and get busy, that really gives them some good training, education, and experience that they can carry with them their whole life, even if they do a different type of career.
Okay. So a person that might be interested in a career in EMS, emergency medical services, they could join as a volunteer, become a first responder, right?
Correct.
Then obtain their licenses, right?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of levels. Anybody interested in that, I would recommend that you come by the administrative offices during the week, and we can kind of lay that out for you on the table, explain it. It is a little more complicated than the fire side as far as the different licensure levels that you get through the Department of Health, but it's not something that's can't be overcome, and a lot of it we do in-house, at least the initial programs, up to EMT, and then get you on your way.
Yeah, and that's there is a stipend with the EMS.
Yep, the EMS providers, they get paid per call, so every time you go out the door, you get a little something for going out the door. And we have some different things we do on the weekends where we give you a stipend per shift just to incentivize, particularly in the summer, we're just so busy on the weekends, we really need to have those 2 trucks rolling out the door on a regular basis.
Right, yeah. So you have 4 rescues, right?
4 vehicles. There's times where all 4 are on the road and then some, and then there's other days where it's a little more manageable, where they come one at a time.
So if anyone's out there that has an EMT license that's looking for some extra hours, just stop by Fire Headquarters on Medicum Avenue. Right?
Absolutely. Great 911 experience if you're looking for some of that, or if you're just looking to give back or do a little extra. We have a lot of good equipment. We have top-of-the-line equipment. I think thank you and the council for supporting public safety in the town, which is really critical to keeping the the quality of life in the town vibrant. And with the volunteers, stepping up and doing that, it just adds to it even more.
Yeah. Chief, I was very pleased to see several university students volunteering. I was actually at Engine 2 on Thames Street. I stopped in there one evening, and it looked like we had a couple of very dedicated members from Roger Williams there. So that's been a real help to us, right? Yeah,
we have a great partnership with Roger Williams University. A lot of kids, as they come in, they get the bug, they start volunteering, and they really become very productive members of the department, and responding to calls, helping out at the fraternal events, clam boil, steak feeds, things like that. And that's really worked well for us. In fact, in a week or two, we'll be going to their open house, which they have every fall when the classes come in. And we'll have a table and be set up, and we'll be talking to the kids. Any of them that want to volunteer while they're going through school, we'll certainly bring you on board and show you the way, and be very grateful that you want to do that while you're carrying a course load as well. But
that's great.
It's worked out really well.
Yeah, I know some of your members that have stayed here. They've joined the fire department, and they ended up buying homes, and they've stayed.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, it's become a lifelong contact. There's people that were in school 30 years ago that moved to other parts of the country, and you still remember the name, and you're still in contact today with social media and stuff like that, and you get messages from time to time.
Yeah. You think the Defiance will have a clam boil this year?
Well, they better, because I'm hungry. No, they're coming up. They'll be starting in October mostly. You'll see the Everetti's, I believe. The Defiance has it. You'll have, of course, the annual Hyde's Turkey Roll. You can't miss that.
No.
If you get a turkey for Thanksgiving. And then the Dreadnoughts, they do a steak feed. All that's rolling.
They all have their niche, and they're all the best at what they do.
It is, and for the money, it's the best meal in town. No offense to the restaurants, because they're all good too. But
I really enjoy it. It's small town America, Mr. Houle. I think you appreciate that, right?
I would.
Chief, how are the fire engines? I know the 4 engines and your ladder.
Yeah, so we put a lot of emphasis on maintaining our equipment, especially as it gets more and more expensive as time goes on. So we just took delivery of a new engine. Took about 18 months or so. Getting ready to put that into service. It's engine 4, so that replaces a 1993 engine, and we're looking forward to getting that in service, being able to respond and help the residents and visitors of the town. So we're just dealing with some product delays right now, like everyone is, but hopefully within the next week or two, that truck will be on the road.
Good. Mr. Houle, so did you grow up in Pawtucket?
Born and raised, yes.
Oh, nice.
Yes, indeed.
Oh.
Pawtucket Memorial Hospital, April 2nd, 1944.
So you're a real Rhode Islander.
Yes,
I was actually born in Fall River, so I told people...
That's close enough.
Yeah,
that's close enough, Steve.
I told people I lived in Massachusetts for 2 or 3 days. But,
Could I just interject to add on to what the chief said? We've used the Bristol Rescue Squad, and I have to tell you, they were really terrific. I've used them personally, and the professionalism, and Bristol should be very proud of them. So they just had to interject that.
Yeah, we're going to hang on to that volunteer fire department as long as we can.
Yeah, please do, because I know what I know the other side of the coin.
It's a very, professional firefighting is such an important career.
It is. It is.
You need good people that are willing to do it.
Yeah.
But, so how'd your summer go? You went to the parade and.
We went to the parade. Actually, I'm pretty much a homebody, and my home now is the Veterans Home. So I write articles for. We have a little newspaper, the Vets Gazette, and I write articles and kind of edit it and kind of change the direction to make it a more interesting paper for the Veterans Home, and If you like, I'd be happy to put you on my mailing
Oh, I
list.
love that.
And
I know you said you get the local newspaper when on
Yeah.
a ride in. You
I
said you
got
get
the Bristol Phoenix and the East Bay publications. $4.50 a month I pay, but I subscribe. Very interesting. I want to know what's happening in my new adopted community, and I find it very interesting to see what's going on, and I want to keep abreast of what's happening here.
Good.
So, it's a pretty good publication, and I also get the news from the whole East Bay. I used to be the town administrator in Tiverton for several years, going back some, and I was also the town manager in Warren for a while.
Oh, in Warren.
So I have East Bay experience as well. And
They just hired a town manager there. Did you apply? Did you
no,
apply?
I didn't
Oh, you
apply.
Oh,
No,
you should have.
I was back in 1999. I was in Warren. Wally Centofulag was the chairman of the Board of Selectmen, the president of the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah.
I mean, the town council. I'm getting confused with my experiences in Massachusetts when they say Board of Selectmen. But he was running for senator for the first time. That was in 1998 or 99. I lose track of time, but it was a while ago. But I have East Bay experience as well. So.
I find it interesting. On the way in, we were chatting, and I had applied for the Pawtucket Police Department in 1994.
Yes.
And then I got hired by Bristol, my hometown.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You were the mayor then.
Yes, that's right.
1994.
That's right.
Yeah, I could have been working for you.
You could have been, and you know,
And maybe I would have been where Mayor Grebian is. Who knows?
that could have been as well. That could
Maybe
have been
you would
as
have been
well.
my mentor.
Well, or maybe I could have been lucky enough to be the town administrator of Bristol.
That's right. Yeah, it's always good chatting with you, Ray.
Thank you. And by the way, I have my bachelor's from Roger Williams in public administration. So I was a late bloomer. I got my bachelor's in 92, and my master's in 95 in public administration. So.
Nice. Good. Yeah. Chief, how's the membership roster?
Yeah, we're
Holding
doing
strong?
good. We're holding strong. You know, it's a challenge. Staffing's a challenge, I think, across the board, regardless of volunteer or career positions anywhere right now. But I like to say we buck the trend, and we still have a good, strong group of people, a good core contingent that's helping us get the job done. We just had a fire a week ago, and everybody did an outstanding job at that.
Yeah. And I know you've been tracking our weather and our storms.
Sure.
And part of your role is the town's EMA director.
Correct, which is like a whole nother full-time gig, but at the end of the day, it fits well with the fire department. It just kind of dovetails with what we do, and I kind of put out that let us help us help you message. Basically, is what I kind of put out, and that's emergency preparedness. So whether it's hurricanes, floods, winter storms, just simple power loss, like yesterday, a little storm going through. We really, kind of preach to the residents and visitors. You want to always be prepared, and if you can be prepared for about a 72-hour period, that allows us to catch up during these big weather events or storms or disasters, and help the people that really need the assistance. So it could be as simple as having batteries for flashlights and those charger packs for phones, because everyone lives in a digital world now, to generators and more advanced stuff. But really, we'd like to have the community prepared for 3 days to kind of do it on their own if we lose utilities. And then after that point, then we usually have resources coming in. So if it was a big hurricane, we'll have those federal resources after 3 days or so.
Yeah. And yesterday I did get a code red alert that was through, I think that was EMA that sent that one out, but we haven't sent one out. Fortunately, we haven't had to send one out in a couple of years, but
Right.
the local ability to send a code red message out. Can you explain how a resident would sign up for code red?
Yeah, certainly. So just go to the town website, www.bristolri.gov. It'll be right on the home page. Also under the emergency management page, I believe, there's information. It's called Code Red, and really what it is it's just a mass notification system. So in the event of a severe emergency, we do have the 911 database where we can call that, but that's really based off a landline. So we encourage any residents or even visitors, if they're in the town on a regular basis, to sign up for Code Red. If you have cellular phones, put that information in, and you can get some optional notifications through that. But really, the intent is those emergency notifications for severe weather or any other type of disaster.
Chief, you never talk about yourself, but tell me about your professional certification, being a fire chief, that you obtained.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long road, so 32 years, and it culminated with from the Center for Public Safety Excellence getting designated as a chief fire officer. I think there's only about a little over 2,000 now throughout the country or the world. So it was really humbling to get that because of the amount of work that you have to do to get it, and again, just a culmination of education, training, and experience over those 30 plus years.
We're fortunate to have you, Chief, and what I most admire about you is that you still go to calls. I see you at rescue calls, going into people's homes when they need you, and it certainly means a lot to our residents to have the Chief there, and I know you do the very best that you can. You're a good role model, so thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And again, being out with the residents, I think engaging is important, for all the town departments, and it also gets me away from the keyboard, which gets a little monotonous after a while. So it's nice to get out there and help out.
Yeah. Chief, I want to drive the fire engine again. You think you can help me with that?
We'll have to get you into a training program. We can get you out there.
Yeah, but anyway. Well, we're just about out of time, and Mr. Houle, we'd love to have you on again and give us an update on things, and it's always, as I said before, it's always a pleasure speaking with you.
Anytime at all, I'd love to come back.
Good, all right.
I'd love to come
Chief,
back.
nice seeing you.
Yep,
I'll see you back at home base,
See you
right?
in an hour.
All right, well, that does it for this episode, our August episode of the Administrators Table. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your summer. And for the kids going back to school, I hope you make a lot of friends, do your homework, listen to your teachers, and be real careful. And enjoy your last few days, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.
Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? Gonna have your hands full come Independence Day. Downtown is so charming and the people are so fine. Walk in any restaurant and you have a glass of wine. Hear some good old stories about the old and the new, and the tales of Bristol Harbor where the waters are so blue. People come from miles around, we're the best town on the coast. Hey, I'm just from Bristol and I didn't need the boast. We got restaurants, we got concerts, we got car shows Wednesday night. Come out, show you right, and we can step out for a bite. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna do? The whole world knows your colors come shining through and through. Hey, hey, Bristol, now what you gonna say? You're gonna have your hands full on Independence Day.
The Newport Navy Choristers is a local choral group associated with the military that raises money for local 501c3 organizations. If you would like to join us on our journey and learn more about us or become one of our sponsors for a concert to benefit your organization, please visit us at www.newportnavychoristers.org.
Adoption Rhode Island is a private nonprofit organization dedicated to improving outcomes for children, youth, and young adults in foster care by finding families or other permanent connections. We also provide support service, counseling services for this population. If you're interested in learning more about adoption from foster care or about our support services, please contact us at 401-865-6000 or visit our website at adoptionri.org.